In the frozen sky over Germany during the brutal winter of 1943, two enemies met not in fire and hatred, but in mercy. One was a young American bomber pilot, Charlie Brown, limping home in a severely damaged B-17, his crew bleeding and broken. The other, a decorated German fighter ace, Franz Stigler, climbing into striking distance with the opportunity for an easy kill. What happened next was not strategy. It was not war. It was a moment of virtue, and it would become one of the greatest untold stories of World War II. This true and awe-inspiring encounter reminds us that Stoic strength does not always look like battle cries or clenched fists. Sometimes, it looks like restraint. Stoicism, an ancient Greek philosophy, emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in harmony with nature. Its core tenets, the four cardinal virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, temperance, the dichotomy of control, amor fati, and premeditatio malorum, provide a powerful framework for understanding the actions and mindsets of Brown and Stigler. By 1943, the air war over Europe had descended into hell. Bomber crews rarely survived a full tour. Fighter aces rose to fame by racking up kills like trophies. The sky was not a place of chivalry. It was a slaughterhouse. Germany's Franz Stigler was hardened, experienced, and highly motivated. A kill here, an easy one, would have earned him the Knight's Cross, one of the highest military honors. But in his sights was a B-17 flying dead in the air, riddled with bullets, barely keeping altitude. He saw crew members tending to the wounded, and he made a decision that defied his training, his orders, and his own survival instincts. He let them go. No glory, no medal, just honor. Epictetus taught that virtue is the only good, that no external circumstance, not war, not poverty, not pain, can corrupt a man unless he allows it. Stigler, in that moment, chose virtue over allegiance. He demonstrated what Marcus Aurelius called justice in action. Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. No one would have blamed Stigler for pulling the trigger. He was expected to, encouraged to, rewarded for it. But Stoicism does not ask, what do others expect? It asks, what is right? On the other side, Charlie Brown's ordeal was a test of endurance, another Stoic pillar. With half his crew injured or unconscious, engines failing, and freezing air pouring through gaping holes in the fuselage, Brown had every reason to give in. But he didn't. He kept flying. He persisted, not for glory, but because duty demanded it. Seneca once wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." In the heart of that impossible situation, Brown's will was tempered like steel, not in ease, but in trial, not in safety, but in terror. The two men did not meet again for nearly 50 years, but when they did, they embraced as brothers, not enemies. They had both survived the war, but more importantly, they had survived with their humanity intact. Franz Stigler's decision cost him fame. It nearly cost him his life. But it gave him something deeper than medals: peace of conscience. A man should be upright, not be kept upright. This story reminds us that we always have a choice, even when the world burns, even when it's kill or be killed. There is still a place for compassion, dignity, and virtue. That is what Stoicism teaches. You cannot control war, but you can control how you fight it. You cannot choose the storm, but you can choose your bearing. Franz Stigler's act of chivalry was a profound embodiment of Stoic virtues: the wisdom to discern true honor, the courage to defy convention, the justice to extend humanity to an enemy, and the temperance to master his impulses. It's a story that doesn't scream, it echoes. A whisper of ancient Stoic wisdom carried on the cold wind above a war-torn Europe. Two men, two enemies, and one moment that proved the principles of reason, virtue, and compassion can guide individuals to acts of extraordinary moral clarity, proving that a higher call is indeed accessible to those who choose to live by a virtuous code. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you joining our journey through the profound philosophy of Stoicism in daily life and pop culture. We'll see you on the next one.